Hello? Oh. It's a cool song. Fantastic. Not a fan of the encoding lag. What am I doing? Oh yeah, checking the notes. Oh. Hmm. 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 Okay, so my notes for today say fall through the long platforms on ISO just before the drop into the hole. Well, let's take a look at that. Oops. Why is the second camera on? I wish the camera would turn fast. It has a fast mode. Let's see if I can convince it to do that. No. Oh, there we go. It likes that. Well, now it's fast mode. That's why I bought the camera, and then just like doesn't do that most of the time. There we go. Nice and easy. Oh, I did not see that coming. Okay, so we got to get to that specific part of the map. Damn. All right. Oh, almost got it. Okay. Oh. Ah. Ooh. Okay. Go around back. Not enough speed. Do you use AI for any of your code? I hope I read that right. I briefly glanced. I like to use AI to check if I miss anything that's painfully obvious. Like, hey AI, is this code stupid? And then it'll go and like say, yes, you're actually a really big dummy. and tell me something obvious that I missed. So that's one way I like to use AI. Another way is to sort of break the silence of having no ideas. So I'll be like, I need to make a thing that moves like this. And then the AI will write something awful, and I'll go, wow, that's really bad. But I could do it like that, and it would be good. So there's a bug here on these long platforms. Yeah, I generally don't just use the code outright, although I have done it before. I'll show you one example. What's the progress on this? So this week I just merged a thing. Wait, let me think of it. Is it here? Yes, it's this thing, isn't it? But it's, I guess it's, I have it open. Oh dear. Oh my god. I have so many tabs open. Oh my god. My eyes, man. Okay, so I can find it like this. Here it is. So this code was started out largely AI generated, and I wrote it like 2 years ago, or I asked the AI to write it 2 years ago. I had no chance to make this kind of thing with all the lifetimes and traits and trait bounds, and it's using a library that I had never seen before, and yeah, it was just too complicated for what I knew at the time. But I have since refactored it by hand and submitted it as a pull request here. It was really bad code actually, but it worked. So how would I? Oh yeah, it'll be in the history of my Baba Booey. Oh. Alright, it's gonna be git prost. This is chill. Webinar. So July 2025, 1 year ago, right? Or did I do it farther back? Oh, I did do it farther back. November 2024. Ooh. And that's it. So it was like 2 years ago. So this should be the AI code. So I needed to have the serialized and deserialized traits on the protobuf objects. But then I realized, oh, in order to actually do it, I need a custom serializer. I just had no idea how to do that. So it's like, go, AI. And it worked. It like made this first try, which was pretty crazy. So this is total garbage. I remember there was like some sort of shim. Oh yeah, it's going like that. It did a weird thing that was totally unnecessary, where it's like stacking serializers on top of each other for no reason. Yeah, I can't Oh, yeah, no, I think it's to do with this. Let's see. So if we look at the before and after code, so if I just compare it like this, yeah, that's not probably not gonna be helpful. Yeah. Well, so it's doing something weird here. I don't remember what it. Yeah, okay. So it's like first key. Like, I remember looking at the code. Like, you serious? This is. It's like wrapping. I don't remember exactly. So let's see the new code then. So what was this for? Was this for struct? For value. All right, let's see. So then this code. Well, there it is. Deserialize for value. All right, so old code was doing this, or I guess this, and then new code looks like that. So, so I had no idea what I was doing. The AI had no idea what it was doing, but it somehow worked, and I used it with the game RPC. What the code does is it transforms protobuf into JSON. Well, no, that's not exactly correct. It's a bridge that lets me do that. So in the Roblox bhop game, when you get a time, it sends a request to I guess like the Roblox server is running the physics, and it's you move into the start or into the finish zone, and that triggers the time upload, and it sends a request to this RPC server, the game RPC, and that request is in JSON. It's an HTTP request. This is a little bit loud. And it needs to decode the JSON, but some of the internal data structures are using protobuf objects, which is a different serialization format. So, what I wanted was to be able to deserialize from JSON directly into the protobuf struct, but also be able to deserialize from protobuf into the protobuf struct. So it's like one, instead of going like something like JSON custom structure protobuf, serialized protobuf, it's just one step between. We can actually see this. I think it's in the RPC request. Inserte. Oh, this is the old way. Her. Vector of RPC request. JSON. Yeah, it's not very obvious. Do you miss working on Roblox? I'm still working on Roblox every day. I would be more happy not to do Roblox code. I'm working on a new game just to try to become a millionaire casually. What do you have to do anymore? Not the Roblox B-Hop game. I rarely work on that. But there is some projects. I'll definitely maintain the game if there's problems. I'll fix things up, make sure it keeps working, keeps running. I have no plans to discontinue the game and like replace it with Strafe Client, like I did with like the new physics. I think that the Strafe Client and the Roblox game can exist in the same universe at the same time. There's a place for both of them. I think that the Roblox game is a very good doorway into the B-Hop world. Because like now you have Momentum Mod, CSS, and maybe soon the Strafe Client, and like all of these they kind of like have their own audiences. They don't really steal players from each other. They like some people will move around and try the different games, but like I think that the Roblox game is kind of a funnel into the B-Hop and Surf community from Roblox, and it can continue to do that even when I have the Strafe Client. And actually, like, so like Steam, the Steam community is where loose community. Roblox community. The Roblox player base, the Steam player base is. I guess it's mostly like Counter-Strike that is another funnel of players. Like, ooh, wow, look at this, CS server is B-Hop, but not so much anymore because like CS2 replaced CS:GO and. Surf and B-Hop sucks. Well, Surf at least sucks on CS2. Why is the computer going crazy? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm running the game. What do you have to do anymore? The game is largely self-operating, especially with the maps website. There's still maintenance work I have to do, like a big part of that is script review. I'll have to I should probably do this at some point. There is map fixes that get submitted, and then the map council reviews the map fixes and adds them to the game. And it has to go through this whole pipeline. And I wrote a bunch of code that reads the scripts and compares them to a script database. So if you make a map fix and don't edit any of the scripts, it can automatically be accepted. This website is awesome. Thanks to its name for making the visuals, the website front end. What do you have to do anymore? Let's see. So okay, one of my projects I wanted to do. Oh yeah, right. One of my projects I wanted to do was map test integration. So the idea behind that is you would go to StrafeNet map test, and I thought I would show places here, but there is map test places. There they are. I guess there's not much to show. So right now the map test games are like on different accounts. There's the bhop map test account with the bhop map test place, the surf map test account with the surf map test place, and yada yada. But what would be nice is if they were all in one place. But Roblox actually prevents that by design because you can't load models in a group game. You just can't. So thanks, Roblox. So that has to stay like that. But what I can do is have a sort of submitted map testing ground where once you submit your map to the website submissions and you put it up for review, the system will download the map and re-upload it as a group asset automatically. And then the I should probably call this something else. It's like a map preview area where like you can see all of the currently submitted maps, and it like loads into the map list, and you can play all of the maps that are not in the game yet but have been submitted to the game. I think this has a good chance of being popular and fun, a fun place to like look ahead and try and discover new maps before they're in the game. Sort of like a map maker hangout area. But it doesn't have to stop there. I can also have like map voting, so you can say like, wow, good map. And also we can have completion. So if you beat the map, you're only allowed to vote if you beat the map. I'm not sure if I want to have leaderboards per se, but yeah, I have this whole idea of map test integration. And so that's something I want to do, but that's like largely outside the Roblox game, right? It's to do with the maps website mostly. There is some things I could do in the game, in the Roblox game. Making a Binds UI, that would be a good quality of life update. Making a persistent UI configuration, so you can maybe even like profiles or something where you can like save UI positions. That would be good. But like, it's kind of a lot of work, and I don't really like working in Lua anymore, which is unfortunate for the Roblox game. Like, there's always more you can do, right? Okay, so let's talk about the bug that I want to try to fix. Do I have the H? Yes, I do. So this is... Oh, that's not supposed to happen. What in tarnation? So this is a debug visualization of the face crawler algorithm. Why is this? So it's showing the closest point on like the surface under my mouse cursor to the hitbox. The ray tracing isn't working very well. Oh, there's a thing there? Whoa, shouldn't it be? Is that a bug? That's got to be a bug. I didn't hit it, right? Yeah. That looks like a bug. So the closest point should like start here and then transition onto the face. But it looks like it's getting stuck on the edge there. I wonder why. I've seen it do it before, I think. Okay, what if I go clean over? Like this. H-O. That's kind of boring. F-H. I missed. F-H. Alright, so I go clean over. Yeah, so this is like what's supposed to happen. So there's a point on the surface that's closest to the box, and it's tracing that point along the surface, and then the face edge or vertex that contains that point is what is displayed. So it's saying like, oh, this is the closest point to the hitbox. But it didn't keep going on that other object. Yeah, so you see it displays the face for a moment, like this part of it. It didn't do that on the other one. It goes onto the face and then down to the bottom edge, and that's probably where it ends. Well, if it kept going on for infinity, it would eventually get over this corner. Most of the time, for any oblique trajectory, in the limit, it ends up on a vertex, usually. It has to be exactly parallel to the trajectory has to be exactly parallel to one of the face normals to end up on an edge, or it has to be. It can also end up on a face, but I don't know if it can do that with a parabola. Can you end up on a face? Is that possible? So I'm thinking about like the Voronoi column. There's like, imagine like a column of air above this face, and it has four boundaries, and I can like shine it like a flashlight, and it extends out to infinity. For a parabola to stay in that column forever is what would take for the closest point in the limit to end up on a face. I don't think it can do that. Unless the... Is there any acceleration direction? Okay, well, if the acceleration direction has to be exactly in the same direction with no sideways velocity. So it has to go in a straight line. It can be an accelerating straight line, but only straight line paths can end up on a face in the limit, and they can never move on the face ever. Is that true? Yeah. It's linear. There's no like... Yeah, I think there's no way to have a point that doesn't keep moving. Yeah. So okay, here's the deal, right? When you project the parabolic trajectory onto the surface, it also creates another parabolic trajectory. So it's you draw a parabola along the surface in some way. So yeah, it is impossible. It must project to a point to end up on a face in the limit. The projection of the parabola has to collapse down into just a point. It cannot move ever. Interesting. Fascinating. Linear. I'm gonna zap my coffee. So we actually haven't seen the bug yet. I should have demonstrated the bug half an hour ago. All right, folks. Here's the bug. Watch for when I fall through the ground. Fall through the platform. There. That's the bug. Wait, this is a trigger. What? Ugh. I'm not sure if I can fix this bug today. Nice if I could. You know, I'm gonna clear this. Ugh. Okay, so the main deal is I had to make a test case. I I did something yesterday. I merged a piece of code that made it so that um, the body trajectory does not get recentered, re-zeroed on every strafe tick anymore. So when you strafe, it has to like extrapolate your current trajectory, apply the strafe tick, and then you go in a different trajectory. But if you don't strafe, it can just continue along the same trajectory. But the code was kind of doing that re-zeroing anyways, and like making a new trajectory that goes just in the same direction and a new trajectory that just goes in the same direction. Which actually hid a lot of bugs. And yesterday I merged the code to make it stop doing that. And so I've successfully gotten rid of all of those crazy bugs, except for this one. I'm not sure if this one is directly related. I think it is, but also it just kind of happens. It's very often. Yeah. It's. Have I even made it to the top a single time? Is there more? There is no more. How do I make a reproduction of this bug? So I could snapshot my trajectory. H. I love how it just works, even when it's static. This is a degenerate case where it's like not moving, but it still works. Real nice. All of the math works great. Just great. Great. We go. Oh, there is a thing there. Oh, okay. So it's making it's like making it so that if you're going mega speed like this, yeah, okay. I see. You don't miss the trigger. What? And it's not because of these, right? So like the boxes above. Because it happens on those ones as well. None of those have boxes above. Damn, it's so consistent. Well. Okay. Yeah, fix this bug first. I'm gonna write down my fun stuff for Monday. Monday. Oh, my caps lock. Monday. Refactor mesh query trade. I think I can make the physics even faster by avoiding intermediate allocations. I can use nested functions and like stack allocation. I have an idea. Because it's just doing a for loop. It doesn't need to allocate. Okay, not thinking about that. How do I reproduce this? So I need some sort of debug situation. Gabagoo clip depth. Press H. Did I ever print it? No. H. Right here. Simulation. Bow. There it is. H. Print line. Body. Self dot simulation dot physics dot body. Yeah. Okay. So now, print body. Body. Whoa. Oh, all new Rust. That's right. Let's do a clean. 13 gigabytes is crazy. Compiling. CPU's at 100%. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. We should be good. It would be nice if my computer's less susceptible to lag. All right. So I'm going to run this again. Can you hit this? You can. Cool. I wonder what the bug is going to be. It's really hard to predict because, like, all right. H, 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 H. There it is. Ah, I overwrote it. Damn. Try again. H, 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 H. Oops. Did I fly? I did. H, 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 H. Okay, that should do it. So we have the latest body. Really? Whoa. how does this fail? Okay, maybe I don't know. Okay, let's run it. Okay. Wow, okay, that's a lot of comments. Master branch. Face crawler debug. Yeah. Yes. Yes. No. So, um, the um, we'll go with that. That's GG. Okay. So now I need to write test. So that's a test scene. This, I can just load the map. What map is that? 338. All right, so I'm gonna punch in the body. Let's call it, oh god, int minus 100, and then these are gonna be F32s. Array, and then unwrap, yar, and then this is this guy. Position, velocity. I am digging these tunes. And then the map is that map. And then that goes right here. Yes, sir. Okay. So now if I run the physics bug 3 test here. Come on. Cargo test release. Voink. It'll run it. Go! And it will presumably fail. Actually, I need to do no capture, don't I? GG. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, 500 milliseconds. Let's do a little bit longer than that. All right. Ooh, that's actually kind of juiced. So the minimum difference algorithm just instantly rejects it. What time is this? Miss. Why doesn't it show up a second time? It'd have to be inside. I don't know. I don't know. I just need to pay attention to. Oh, whoa. Hit. What's the normal? Face normal is straight up. Excuse me? Oh, that's another hit with the face normal straight up. Excuse me? Boundary normal at -0. It's another hit with the normal. Okay, this time the normal is going towards positive X. Streak. Yay, gamification of Twitch. So I'm actually not sure which things we're looking at here. So I'm gonna do a wee little print. So the fcrawler viz, I want to print which model ID that is under the cursor, which I don't actually know where that is. Press H. Wow. So it's probably here. Yeah, debug blah 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 blah. Okay, so if gobble 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 doesn't, I probably have a print back here somewhere. God, I hate how it scrolls halfway across the planet. Okay, so what I need to check here is if the new mesh doesn't equal the old mesh. So if there does exist a new mesh, then that's self.lastRayHit map or true last dot convex mesh not equal convex mesh, and that's GG. Okay, so if this is true, print. Good. Move, bruh. Oh, okay. Build it again. I need to know which one is which. So it's like saying, oh, it's number 1020. Oh, it's number 870. But I don't know what that means. All right, let's make our way over. Can I go like out of the map? Let's go. Okay. It's easier. Do I have to H first? Okay. Okay, so we go over here. What's that? Okay, 617. That's 1020. Okay, this one is 1020. I didn't expect that. So then this one is... Oh, there's multiple objects. This one is 870. So... Yo. Crap. I think I can do this a bit less. Let's go for 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Less spam. So I'm gonna write that down. 1020 mesh ID 1020 is miss part. Bug part, I guess. That's GG. So why is it testing this so often? What? Did we get an overflow? This might be an overflow bug. It could just be another boundary bug. Because it says 1.1. Alright, that's... The boundary normal doesn't make sense. Edge face. Well, no, I guess it does make sense. Into equals true. Why is this so big? Let's see what it is. So E6. What is that? 200,000 years? Why do they do? I hate scientific notation. All right, pull out my trusty calculator. This is not quite the same. That's what I'm talking about. It is 2 million years. So this is saying that this face will get hit 2 million years in the future. I have a hard time believing that. I think there's an overflow. Actually, you know what I can do is I can test it in not release mode. I can test it in debug mode. And we might get an overflow check. Thank you so much, Rust. Hell is that? No overflow. Damn, I thought I could get it instantly. Okay, let's F for wrap underscore. No, dot wrap, I guess. Shh. All right, so wrap one. Oh goodness. Yeah, I think it's one of these. So let's see what I can do. So wrap one, I can F this, and then H, and do dot narrow one dot unwrap, and then that should panic. And then wrap two, narrow two, find it, replace it, wrap three. Do I even have any wrap three? I don't. Save. Wrap three. Apparently I do. And then wrap four. All right, go again. What? It's not an overflow bug? This is saying 1.13. I'm shocked. Let's go up to 1.2 then. Up, false. So it does begin on an edge. Why is the upper bound false at 1.13? Hmm. What else? What else? What else? Okay, I need to know why that bound is false. it says it's false, but I don't know what it thinks it is. It's a little bit tricky to like print. Oh, div bound. Never mind. Okay, we go. So we can say DT like this. Lower bound, upper bound, bing bong. Yeah. That's GG. And then grab it and stab it in other spots. Well, like this one. Yay. Okay. Okay, what does he say? Upper bound is 0.6. Why? Why? Where does that come from? Upper bound relative to the body time. The upper bound comes from outside. Outside is physics predict collision in. If only I could actually see that. Oh, okay. Start bound, end bound, range. Why are we bounding by 0.6? Where is that coming from? It's only right here. This is the only one. Collector time. Predict collision end. Next move instruction. There should be nothing there. Wow, 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 wow. Can we go like that? Oh, that's kind of not nice, eh? Six oh 6159. What? This looks like strafe segments. Yeah, this is strafe ticks. So it's like it's doing strafe ticks. All right, I need to do a bit more investigation here. Oops. All right, so where is this? H. Where is this? H. Okay, so the first position I printed is there. The second position I printed is there. So that is positive X. Oh. Um. Above. What happened to my? Um. Um. Of previous platform is right here. Okay. So now compare 98, 133. So, oh, we don't have any points of comparison. Is this leak? This is looking like a range bug again. Because there's extremely strict range bounds. So it can't transition. It can't transition across the face. It can't crawl. The entire algorithm is supposed to crawl. But it's like, you can only crawl if it's between 0.59 seconds and 0.6 seconds. And it's like, dude, it's like, you don't give me any time. But like, that's far in the future as well. So what it looks like is happening. Well, okay, let's think about it. So the hitbox starts over here and is going that way. So this edge is the starting edge, and it's in the like Voronoi column of air. It's not a column. It's a section like that. So there's two faces it can hit. It can hit this face and it can hit this face. And we know it's going that way, and we know so it's going to end up like that. So probably what's going on is this collision is over here. It's like there's an infinite plane, and it's hitting it over here 1 second later. But that doesn't really make sense because it is sampling this object at time 5960. Which means it probably collides at that time. Probably the BVH is not showing the object until the last moment because we had nothing for the past 59 ticks. So it's like nothing, 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 nothing. And then it's like, oh, there's something in the way. Let's calculate the physics. Which that's its job. That's what it's supposed to do. This is messy. I think a full second is too long because I was jumping and the jump time is 0.7 seconds. So I don't actually understand how this is so far in the future. Um, why is it face edge edge? Like, what is that? Is this a Minkowski mesh query bug? Also, where the hell is that coming from? Yeah. Let's print again. So we're right here. Okay, print DT outright. Okay. All right, what's DT? Ratio 007. Oh my. I think. Oh, is this just a math bug? Wait. I guess I'm... Oh, okay. My. Okay, I thought it was just like straight wrong math. But does not look to be the case. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So it is actually a huge number. Interesting. The denominator is largely the same. 1FE2 is so similar. Yeah, okay. 10 to the 13. We can actually do floor here. Yeah. And that's what we saw before. 673 631 5 5. Didn't quite get it right by the looks of it. Close enough for now. Okay, so that's not the problem. It actually is a big ass number. Okay, so the divide is not the bug. Or I guess it still could be, but so how is this number this small? Right, or I guess this one. That is the exact same number on the num. Strange. This is eluding me. I don't know how to debug this. So it's clearly getting stuck on the edge here. But I don't know for sure if this is problematic. So after this point, yeah. I don't get it. R. How do I keep going? What is wrong? Which part of it is wrong? It could be a bounds issue, but I think it's not. It looks like it's a mesh query issue. So that would be edge faces. And we're dealing with a edge vert. So it'll be down here. So it asks this guy, what's there? And this guy says nothing except for edge edge. Eight. This is one of the worst calculations. I have not been able to avoid this division yet. Actually, it is avoiding the division, but I don't know. Let's print D. So it came up with D's. So D is negative. Wait, what? So I'm seeing a positive number and a negative number here. So if it's a negative number, this is supposed to be a positive number. Is this freaking 0? What the hell? It's negative. Oh, it's barely negative. Lol. So DD is approximately 1. Oh, there's a minimum difference. Negative 192. Wow, wow, wow. How does it end up with an edge? Oh, there it is. Con true. Oh. Oh. Okay. So that's finding an edge and then mapping it to become an edge. So the edge is it's occluding the face. So okay, something incredibly slightly rotated is going on here, which I should be able to handle. Like it's supposed to all work out, but it just causes a lot of edge cases. But that's kind of good because it's a good way to shake out the bugs. Okay, so the fact that it does find one is why it shows up as edge. Okay. Is there an edge includes the face? Okay, so what's the case? The case must be that the hitbox is square, but then the platform is like slightly rotated somehow. So it starts out with what does it start out? Um, edge vert. I think the hitbox is mesh one. Yeah, hitbox is mesh one. So edge vert. So it's on this edge, and like let's say this vertex. Okay, I see. So it has to be tilted this way, so that it goes onto here. Oh, that's where the 6 billion comes from. So why does it fail? To keep crawling? Because it should just be able to go like uh, edge vert, edge. So it forms a face here. Um, edge vert, face vert. It should just be able to crawl no problem across the surface. But all of its tests fail the bounce check, so oh, I forgot. Wait. Doesn't it mega extrapolate? What? Is this a setup fail? Okay, so what I'm realizing is that the visualization actually has very little correspondence to what the physics algorithm is actually doing. So I think I'm gonna go change it to correspond more closely. So the F color of it's uh session trace, I believe, is doing the actual work. So what actually what actually happened? Oh goddamn! What actually happens is this. Oh no, this. Minkowski mesh. Like, oh. So this is making us okay. I see. 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 It's making us an assumption that I want to know whether it hits. Whereas this one, it wants the fav. So I just need the same crap here. Oh god. Body. Range is time. All right, let's try something else. Um, just zap, zap, zap. Exactly. Body, extrapolated position, time. See what that looks like. Build it. So now instead of doing the face crawler algorithm, so instead of like setting up the body over here and then crawling the faces, it's gonna just set up, and see if there's some sort of thing that happens when that happens. Oy, 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 oy. H. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Wayment. So it's unstable, which like I expected. Interesting. Yeah. Ooh. That's so bad, man. Infinite loop in the middle of debugging. Okay, so I think that the problem is that these platforms are like slightly rotated, and it's just absolutely destroying the physics. But I need to handle that case, so frick. So bad. I'm so bad at this. So bad. And yet again, I hit the corner, don't I? Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. Gotta keep hitting those buttons, man. Oh, I mashed it like an idiot. Nice. Okay, I got it. Oh. 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 Okay, found a bug. What the hell? Okay. I know what the bug is, or I at least know where to find it. What's causing the issue? It is actually in the minimum difference algorithm. So as you can see, it's like displaying that the edge there is the closest point. It is clearly not. So it's like, yeah, this edge is the closest point, but it's hovering over the center of the face. If you take the position of the hitbox that's hovering like this, it's like, it's hovering over the face. So if you take the point and project it down, it's on the face. It's not on the edge. Like, it would have to be over here for the edge to be the closest point. So the algorithm is returning a wrong value, and that's what's causing the physics to fail. And I don't know why, but it's okay. I can go take a look. Probably this is another Lua type situation. I think I need this specific object. So that would be why it happens so consistently. Because it's basically based on the position as to when it happens. So now how do I repro this? I could steal its transforms and then make a test scene. That took a while to figure out. I'm kind of cooked mentally. I need my weekend really bad. I really like the depth plane clipping active. It really helps to put the box into the world. It doesn't just like render in front of everything anymore. Love it. It's also cool that it stops rendering while it's inside. That's like awesome. The algorithm is very good. How close does it get? Wow. Interesting. Oh. So nice to know the location. I think I'm just gonna write it down. Um. Oh, wrong repo. Um. Um. So this is not quite there. Why don't I H like right here? H. No, not quite. H. No. H. H. There you go. We got a H. So this position triggers the bug. What the hell is the song? Bug. I guess let's just say MD. Okay. With body position. And mesh 1020. It's 1020, right? Help 1020. Yes. In bhop ISO closest fev returns inside. Returns the wrong fev. Cool. All right, now I have an issue open. So, let's see if I can muster the effort to unit test this. Man, I thought that'd be a wrap bug. That's crazy. It's actually really crazy that it doesn't break. I kind of want to test that, actually. Let me test that. So if I go here, and then I go here, does this pop easy? No. Oh, God. Why is there this crap in here? What the hell? What is this crap doing in here? Whatever, let's just F it. Wrap 1. Hello. Type words. Okay, wrap 1, wrap 2. 4. GG. Okay, so now I build this special version that dies instantly if anything goes wrong. I expect this to just kind of explode, but maybe it doesn't. Also, maybe I write down the um, infinite loop. MD can loop infinitely when touching ehop ISO mesh 1020 from the underside. Nice. Good bug report. Writing it down is ace. All right. Arcane. Let's open up Arcane and just start jumping around. Cool. So far so good. There's no overflows. Really neat. Really neat. Really neat. So potential ways it can overflow is if you're like moving really fast at like a billion speed. But that's it's kind of hard to like gain your way to a billion speed, you know? You just kind of have to start there. It's kind of like the speed of light. You can't accelerate to the speed of light, past the speed of light. It's not like that at all. You could, in theory, gain your way all the way to the speed of light. Not the speed of light, the a billion units. It would take a very long time. In fact, I could calculate how long it would take, and I might do that. All right. Wow, no crashes. Very, very cool. So apparently all of the like performance optimization I did by wrapping instead of checking is okay. It's okay. I love that the log bug doesn't happen anymore, where you just fall through the logs. That was such an annoying bug. I don't really know how it's fixed. I think it's just like the physics is better now. And I'm very pleased that at least one bug was magically fixed. I was hoping a lot more bugs would be magically fixed, but one bug fixed for a month of effort. At this complexity, that's worth it. Oh. Yep. I'm just having fun, honestly. Don't fall through. Yeah. I can hit this, right? No problem. No problem. Oh, so beautiful. Oops. This is not very Frutiger arrow. Mario 64, nice. Ooh, too fast. How am I doing on time? 2 hours stream. I should have another hour or so before it's time to go. Oh, it's only half an hour to go. Yeah, write down those problems. Write it down, write it down. That's kind of, yeah, that's a lot of the physics issues. I encounter them and I'm like, oh, I'll fix it eventually. But like I have to write it down, otherwise it can just stay for years, like some of these issues have. And I realized that making one issue for for those all 10 of those bugs was bad. So now I'm just making new issues for new bugs I find. Or that's my plan from now on, I guess. Am I surprised that there's another issue with the minimum difference algorithm? It has so many cases, so I guess not. Another discrepancy. I hope that it has a discrepancy with the Lua version. Imagine if the Roblox code is also wrong. I would be shocked. It's so battle tested. It actually did have a bug. It was wrong, but it's a like tier 4 degeneracy where you have like is that even possible? I think it might actually be an impossible case. The reduction algorithm no. Yeah, shouldn't it be impossible? Because it adds 1 point at a time. It should only be possible to... I'm going to actually ask Trey there. There was a bug that I found in the Lua code, but now I'm thinking that the bug is impossible to reach because it has to slowly build itself up. But the case where it happens cannot be built up. You have to skip all the steps and then collapse all at once. So the reduction algorithms are finding which surface of a simplex contains the closest point to a test point, to the origin specifically. So if you start with a single point, then clearly that point contains the closest point to the origin. And then you have a line. The only way the line doesn't reduce to a point is if the line contains the closest point to the origin. And then you add another point. Now you have a triangle. And the only way the triangle doesn't reduce to a line is if the triangle contains the closest point. If the closest point test point is like over here, then like one of the corners of your triangle is going to be the closest point. Or maybe the edge is going to be the closest point. And then it reduces to an edge. And then you need to add another point. And then... So if your triangle remains without being reduced, and you add another point, now you have a tetrahedron, a degree 4 simplex, and the only way it reduces is if the closest point is one of the points. But as we've seen, as we've built up everything, it's already clear that if the new point doesn't... Oh. No, it is possible. But it probably doesn't happen in practice because of the choices of points. Okay, I actually understand. That's kind of amazing that I understand. This is actually really complicated. Dot product. That's right. Okay, minimum difference. So these are the reduction functions. So this is a pointless function. Hello. This is reducing a line. So what does it mean? It means that if the origin is closest to the line segment of 2 points, then the line segment remains. But if it's not, wait, how does it choose this vertex? Is it not possible for vertex 1 to be closest? Interesting. What about this one? So this is a swap out, but that doesn't happen here. I don't understand. Okay, so I think there might be some assumptions about point choices baked into the reduction algorithms, which is very efficient. That is incredible algorithm design. If true. So the case that I'm talking about, the bug that was in the Roblox code, is in the degree 4 reduction. So if it fails to reduce at all, that means that the tetrahedron contains the origin and it's a positive detection of being inside the mesh, and it can stop running the algorithm because it knows what it needs to know now. And if that's not the case, then it has to remove one of the vertices. So it picks one to remove, and there's only 3 left. And then it tests to see if the triangle contains the closest point to the origin. If that's true, it returns that. Otherwise, it has to remove another vertex and become a line segment. And then if the line segment contains the closest point, then it returns that line segment. Otherwise, it returns a single vertex. And this simply does not happen because of the way that it's built up over. It can only collect points that contain that. So removing, but like it's still possible. Like if you add a vertex that's closer. So like imagine you have this triangle and your test point is over here. The test point is in the triangle. If you add a point closer, then now the closest point is that new point, and it reduces to a single point. So it can happen, but the very first point that it chooses is like in that direction closest, and then it kind of goes back. So because of the way that it picks the next point within the actual main loop of the algorithm, it picks the farthest vertex in a specific direction. It never happens in practice. I don't know if it's actually impossible for it to happen. You might be able to design a mesh that makes the bug happen in Roblox, but it's already fixed, so. Good. Well, that was something. I wasn't expecting to understand the algorithm. or the bug that I found. The bug was just a typo. It's like instead of typing A0 A1, they Trey typed A0 A0, and everything else was 01. And I was like, oh, it didn't follow the pattern. But I think I understand why that bug never affected bhop. Oh god, my game is fun. Nah. Oh. Just kind of clip through the wall, no problem. I wonder if it's the same bug as I've been hunting here. It could be. Could be the same bug. Because, like, it... Oh. It doesn't necessarily have to be a, like, very slightly tilted object to encounter the same code path. There's likely a like normal axis aligned situation that encounters the same code path, and maybe that was it. And maybe when I fix the bug, I'll clip through fewer objects. Damn. But I don't think I have the energy to debug anymore. I found the origin of the problem. The thing that's wrong is the minimum the minimum difference algorithm that's providing the setup. The face crawler still seems to be bulletproof, which is kind of amazing. And will cause me great headaches when I need to refactor it without breaking it. Whoa. What was that about? What? Oh, did I? No. Does that happen? Ooh. Okay. Oh, that does happen. Okay. So the booster boosts you forwards, but it boosts you up because it redirects the forwards boost. I thought it would just boost you up. I guess not. Interesting. So the only reason that goes up is because it's a slanted platform and not because the boost makes you go up. So if you jump on... So if you jump on the top of the triangle, top of the wedge, you get a better boost by a little bit. World record holders take note. That would happen in Roblox as well. Wow, it's so amazing that the physics works. Okay, okay. No. Dang. Uh-oh. Oh. Tough. It's tough to not lose speed. At least I'm doing 3 at a time. 2 at a time is noob speed. Oops. Damn. 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 All right. Well, I think I can wrap it up there. No, I have to beat the map. Beat the map. Beat the map. You can do it. 3 at a time. 3 at a time. 3 at a time. 3 at a time. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, no noobs here. And then I fall through the ground. Woo! Oh. I hope I can fix the surfs like next month. What's my time? It'll actually print a nice time now. 11 minutes, 41 seconds, 866 milliseconds, 816 microseconds, and 363 nanoseconds. Let's go, nanoseconds. Okay. I've done it. I think identifying the bug is almost... It's like 70% of the way to solving the bug. In this case, 70% is probably right. It's very few bugs actually that like you really have to change the entire program to fix it. But that's what I did all December. Identifying the bug was less than half the battle. That's enough on a more Frutiger Arrow song. We seem to have lost the Frutiger Arrow aesthetic over time. It's been corrupted. Why does it like type random stuff on the terminal? It's so annoying. All right. Fantastic. Today's Friday. I've written down the issues. I have everything ready to make a unit test on Monday and then debug away. I believe... Why don't I write that down? I believe that I can compare... I believe that I can compare... MD Rust and Lua to find the issue. I believe. All right. Good job, me. Issue identified. So long. See you on Monday.